Finolex Cables has been one of the strongest stocks in the last 1 to 2 years. This whole home improvement theme seems to be working for the company. As we know, real estate, has the entire sector has been booming as well. And the cable and wire industry continues to see healthy traction due to increasing housing and infrastructure activities. Deepak Chhabria, the managing director at Finolex Cable, joins us now. Mr. Chhabria, thanks a lot for joining us on the show. In Q1, there was almost a 30% volume growth that your company saw. How is demand shaping up at the moment? And, some of your competitors have done 50 and even 60% volume growth. Do you have similar scope?
The business is doing good. Volumes are increasing in this year. There is good demand in the market. We are basically a wire company, though we make cables, but wire is more than 80% of our business. And hence, we are driven more by the real estate sector. And that growth is coming well for us, and hence you see the volume growth of what you just mentioned.
Okay, what will be the volume growth for the year, FY24? Could it be 30% or maybe even higher?
Normally, we don't give forward-looking statements, but if you look at last year, we grew about 19% last year in turnover and about 24% in profits. In the first quarter, we've grown 19% again compared to last year first quarter, and a 38% increase in profits. So we believe the trend will continue, and I hope it gets better.
So you've taken 3 price revisions in the first quarter. Could we expect more in Q2? Have you done so already, and should we expect anything?
There have been some price decreases, and this is because the copper has dropped down, and which we stay with the market and change a price, copper being the main raw material input for our wires. And I think copper is steady now. It's been steady relatively for a long time. It's around $8,300 on the LME. And looking at the international demand, I think it'll remain steady going forward.
Okay, all right. What is the capex plan then, if you can tell me that, for the next, say, 18 to 20 months? What is the peak revenue potential based on your capex plan?
We have 500 crores marked as capex for the next 18 to 20 months. We are committed to projects in fiber optic, wherein we are growing the cable capacity from 8 million to 10 million fiber kilometer. Bulk of the capex, about 300 crores, goes in the fiber optic business.
Okay, Mr. Chhabria, just to talk about, the peak revenue potential as well, considering that you'll be undertaking some capex, what is that potential and what kind of asset turn do you see?
We believe in the next 18 to 24 months, we should be seeing a revenue growth of 2,000 crores. Some of it is because of this capex, and as I explained, when some of it will add more profitability in the company, like in the preform, when we go backward integrated, it won't increase turnover, but it will stop us buying preforms and hence capture the value add in the company.
What kind of potential do you see in communication cables segment, both for FY24 and in the medium term?
We last year grew 50% in the communication sector. Fiber optic is a large chunk of it. But we are growing in, we make many products in communication, like we also make LAN cables. Now, LAN cables capacity, we've grown nearly 100% every year for the last 5 years. We've grown in CCTV cable. So there are other product lines in the communication sector which are also doing well. But fiber is the main focus.
So can that 50% growth be replicated in FY24, you think?
It can be. If the BharatNet project comes through, it can be. It's a matter of timing.
So you can replicate that growth in FY24. You're also scaling up your FMEG business. And, this is a space that's growing very fast. We were just talking to RR Kabel as well, the company that is in the same space as you. And they spoke about how FMEG is also a growing opportunity for them. Tell me, what is the revenue potential there and how much would you want to scale it up?
We intend in the next 2 to 3 years, we should do 500 crores in this segment. And there is a potential for each segment itself over the long run, let's say 5 years plus, to reach 500 crores individually in his own capacity. So our goal is long term, and that's how we are building up the range. We are expanding our distribution network to make sure the penetration is there for these kind of products. For example, we've changed from a single tire to a two-tire network. The single tire network was our depots servicing channel partners or large shops directly. In a two-tire network, we have a distributor and a retailer. So in this way, you can get to smaller shops, and the distributor services about 300 to 400 retail counters, and we can penetrate even into the B and C class cities quite effectively. So we've, in the last 2 years, added about 2 lakh retail counters to our network. And hence, this will take us in the journey for FMEG growth going forward. The other thing we've done is we have roped in Karthik and Kiara as our brand ambassadors, and we are doing a lot of TV advertisements to create a product pull. And I think this will also help us reach our destination for a 500 crore turnover for each product segment in the long run.
Yes, yes, lots of marketing activities. We do see those ads. Finally, Mr. Chhabria, I mean, you're almost at this very important milestone of 5,000 crores revenues. What about the next one? When do you see yourself reaching 10K? Is there a roadmap that is in place?
We are looking at standard wire and cable growth going forward because wire and housing is where the main consumption is. Housing has a great potential for the masses going forward. So we every year keep adding capacity in our plants, balancing capacity, and keep growing that business, which will continue growing going forward. In the power cable segment, we are also trying to grow. We have tied up with Sumitomo, and we are providing an end-to-end solution, which is going from 1 kV all the way up to 500 kV. We are probably the only company in India which can make 500 kV cables, and we are the only ones who supplied 400 kV in the market. So we are, but being a quality product, we are looking at luxurious buildings and places to supply. Now, in the FMEG segment, we will keep growing, and as I explained, we intend to target 500 crores in each segment going down the line. So let's say, if you put all together, in the next 5 years, we should be crossing 10 to 11,000 crores for the company.
Okay, that's a very ambitious target, 10 to 11,000 crores of revenues in the next 5 years. Got that. All the best with your plans, and you've been a big wealth creator for investors as well. Hope you continue to do that. That is Finolex Cable. Just pull up a 1 to 2 year chart, and you'll see the kind of momentum we've seen in some of these stocks that benefit from this whole home improvement theme or the real estate boom. Look at that, 130% in the last 12 months.